Let your hands rest on your knees with the eyes closed. So we'll start right away with the hands rubbing together. Get some heat in the palms. Hands over the eyes, cupping the eyes, padding the eyes, open and close with the eyelids as you pad the hands on the eyes. Then curling the fingers through the top of the head. Then thumb knuckle, temples. Thumb knuckle down the center of the forehead. Thumbs to the temples again. Index knuckle across the eyebrow. Across the eyelid. And then under the eyelid. Take the thumb in the fist again. Use the thumb knuckle upper sinus to the side of the bridge of the nose. Lower sinus, a little lower, a little wider. Two fingers straight, back of the ear. Rubbing the ear. So like you have 2 coins in your fingers, rubbing the ear. Pull down on the earlobes. Throat, so down and in with the fingers, down and in, pinching the throat downwards. Now we're going to do a tap with the thymus glands. 1 heavy, 2 light. Then 4 eyebrows. So with 2 hands, use your fingertips, lightly tap the forehead. And then from the center, work your way outwards. So like you're opening the 3rd eye from the center outwards. Roll your eyes up towards the 3rd eye. So eyes closed, eyeballs roll up towards the 3rd eye, towards the crown. Then crown, eyes up. Then close the eyes, just let the eyeballs rest in the sockets, not looking up now. But just being aware of the eyebrow center and the crown. As we invite golden light in through the crown, the eyebrow center. Also can be violet light, in fact it can be any light, because of course all light comes together eventually. All colors come together eventually. So focusing on the crown, the eyebrow center, as you invite this golden light or violet light in through the top of your head, forehead. Inviting any of your guides, teachers, loved ones, God self to connect to your consciousness, to help guide your consciousness to its highest good. Inviting earth consciousness, Panchimama, to connect to your consciousness. We are inseparable from the earth's consciousness. the Taoist tradition, they like to connect to the celestial realm and project your consciousness towards the celestial. They generally choose the North Star as the Earth is affected by its gravitational pull. That's why it's constant for us. Or you might choose a celestial body that resonates with you personally. So about connecting down into the Earth's consciousness and then above to the celestial consciousness. Our individual consciousness sitting in the middle. With the unique ability to connect in both directions. Tongue up, face relaxed. And as if there's a bright golden sun right in front of your face, inviting that bright golden sun to draw an inner smile into your eyes, smiling with your eyes, smiling with your brain, smiling with the glands in the head, the pituitary, pineal, hypothalamus, thalamus, the thyroid in the throat, smiling into the throat, smiling from the lungs, and the chest, and the heart. Smiling with the lungs invokes the virtues of sincerity, courage, integrity. Smiling from the heart invokes the virtues of love, joy, happiness, gratitude. Smiling with the liver on the right side, the rib cage, generosity, forgiveness, kindness. Smiling with the stomach, spleen on the left side. Virtues of trust, openness, fairness. Smiling with the kidneys in the back, behind the navel, slightly above the navel, and the back ribs. The virtues of gentleness, calmness, peacefulness. Invoking a deep inner smile throughout the organs. Invoking their individual virtues. Pick one or two that resonate with you. And be reminded that golden sunshine, that golden bright light throughout your practice. You bring it in at any time throughout the practice. As we're exhaling in different positions, you can visualize a grey, murky cloud or color, and that's expelling any negativity, whether that's mental, emotional. So in the Taoist tradition, they like to visualize a lot and connect with the emotions and allow them to be acknowledged and then freed of any attachment. As you bring your palms together, thumbs to the eyebrow center, center of right thought, to the lips, the center of right speech, and to the heart, center of right action. Bring your hands to the floor, bow the head down, between the hands, down to the earth, into yourself. You come up, let your eyes open slowly. Making your way to a standing position. So I'll take you through the practice we did on Tuesday. There's a couple of things I'd like to add to what we already did, just a little more detail. So if you have any questions along the way, let me know. We'll start with the loose tapping on the sacrum. So right at the top of the hip, work your way down to the tail. We're going to do both legs today for time. So on the buttock flesh, I'm using the front of my knuckles, the backs of the thighs, back of the knee, calf, belly of the calf, coming up just above the knee. Just good for the blood, this one. Right into the center of the thigh. Right into the groin. And come up and side hip. And we're going to go up a little higher, back kidneys, adrenals, a little softer maybe. Then, ladies head to the left, gents to the right. Tap. Go down the back of the arm, up the inside. Remember those points from Tuesday, if you can isolate them. The arm up, down from the armpit to the hip. And we change. Top of the shoulder, down the back of the arm. Mark those points we touched on. Up the inside arm. Arm up, armpit, down the side. Good, then right side. Up, liver, transverse colon, stomach spleen, descending colon, back around, ascending colon, and around. One more. Finish on the descending colon. Relax. And exhale fully. Tongue in position. We shake the tree, so slight bend in the knee as you start to shake from the bones of the foot. Ankle bones. Bring that movement up into the knees. Up into the hips. Sacrum. And we count the blessings of the spine, so the 5 lumbar, from 5 to 1. And then the 12 thoracic, from 12 to 1. On the bottom of the ribs, all the way up between the shoulder blades, to the base of the neck. Start to feel the arms come into play when you work with the thoracic spine. On the neck, from C7 to C1, into the base of the skull, winged palace, right up to the ground. Coming back down to the shoulders, from the shoulder joint to the elbow. And then the elbow to the wrist, into the finger joints. Now let it just be free, move as you wish. So joints can relate to the element space. Getting space in the body. For the fluids to move, nerve impulses. And bring it to a slow stop. Be aware of the feeling around the body. We'll move through the joints to open more space. Top of the right foot, rolling out. Hand in. Changing, rolling out. And rolling in. Feet shoulder distance, head forwards and around. Pause in the middle and change direction. Pause in the middle. We do the turtleneck forward, back and in. Other way. Crane neck, forward, down and in. Pause, then take the gaze over the left shoulder, look down, back and down, lengthen up to the base of the skull, right at the top of the neck, the wind palace. Then take the eyes only up, right up into the sky. Keep that pull in the back of the skull. Relax your eyes, work across to the other side. Keep the shoulders facing forward. Eyes back and down, base of the skull up, and eyes up, keep the base of the skull up. Relax the eyes, back to center, shoulders up, back and down. Other way, keep the arms loose by your sides. And then we just lift, short inhale, short exhale, and drop. Try to keep, lift from the shoulder, not from the elbow bending. Exhale fully, palms together, roll on the wrist. Changing direction. And release. Turning from the hip and the waist. Hands on the back of the hip. Changing direction. Pause, relax the arms, slight bend in the knee, just the sacrum and the tailbone, small movements in a circle. Relaxing the weight on the feet. Ball of the foot in particular, the bubbling well or bubbling spring. Changing direction. the sacrum forward and slight grip of the pelvic floor and relax. So sacrum forward, slight grip and relax. Forward and relax. So not back, just forward and then let it relax. Forward and then relax. Keep going. One more. Good. Feet together. Let's circle the knee. Changing direction. Then forward, out and back in, so away from each other. Other way, forward, out and in, towards each other. Separate the feet, just pulling on the kneecaps. You want to bring some movement into the kneecap itself. Then just rub the side. Tap, tap, tap. Other one, rub. Tap. Rub. Then we'll do the swim with the dragons. So, fist at the hip, slight bend in the knee, inhaling. As you punch and turn the wrist, take the hips back as you exhale. Empty, the wrist turns up. Inhale, drive the hips forward. Press down into the feet. Move the spine in, head back. Exhale, hip back. Empty wrist. Inhale, turn. Drive the hip. Exhale, drive the hip back. Empty wrist turns. Inhale. Find a comfortable movement for your head. You can look straight ahead. Just get the movement between the shoulder blades. Or you can take the head back more. Three more. Keep going. Next time you come up, inhale, stand up, and then just exhale the hands down. Good. Start with the feet, shoulder distance parallel. We work towards the three swings. So slight bend of the knee, screw the knee slightly out and down so you feel firmness in the shin and the foot. Hold the ball below your navel. Hung up. So we got the elbows in, so you got to keep the elbows out. Curl the fingers like you're holding like a grapefruit sized ball between your hands. Lift it up to the base of the skull. Relax the tail down. The kidneys, the back waist should feel full. feet. Keep the firmness of the knee screwing out and down. Relaxed in your face, in your jaw. Inhaling the golden light through the eyebrow center, the crown of the head. Smile into the organs, the heart, the lungs, liver, spleen, kidneys. So it's one thing to understand how to relax the outer body, but also relaxing the inner body. And we start to shift. So inhaling, slowly to the right as you exhale. Inhale slowly to the center. Exhale slowly to the left. Try not to move from the hip, move from between the hands, navel center. Now you're going to relax the arms. So as you do the first swing to the right, turn towards that shift, and then the arms follow. Left, right, left, right. So remember, let the arms be loose. It's the centrifugal force of the arms. Then they tap around the hip, sacrum. Keep the head forward now and just see if you can get that feeling of turning down into the groin. The inner groin, dropping down into the inner foot as you take the weight to that side. Feel the hip just moving across, keeping the same plane, not up and down, just from side to side. And we're going to come into the second swing. So next time you move to the left, you're going to turn to the right, turn the heel forward. Now the arms swing around the waist. The middle dantian, tapping on the liver on the right, spleen, stomach on the left. The head can now turn. Make sure the leg that takes the weight, the knee is just bending over the center of the foot, it's not pulling in. Keep going. Let your head look back now. Now we're going to get ready to move into the third swing. So next time you come to the center, arms drop, up, down, and across. Down and up, down and across. Up, down, across. Take your time. Slow it down if you need to. I'm going slow to your head. legs are the same as the first and second swing, or sorry, second swing. A few more rounds. And then relax. It's like something out of 1970s hip hop, huh? Alright, relax. Any questions on those three, particularly the last one? Does it feel clear to you? Okay, so starting with the feet shoulder distance parallel, we'll go through lifting the sky and the fireworks. So, slight bend of the knee, screw the knee out and down, relax the tailbone, palms press down, exhale, look down, inhale as they rise, look up, head neutral, exhale through the mouth, empty, look down, arms straight, inhale to raise them up, exhale through the mouth, head neutral, empty, inhale, head neutral, ha sound. Press through the palms, spread the fingers. Keep the arms firm as they come up. A few more rounds. Two more. Now we do the fireworks. So crossing at the wrist, palms up, inhale, reach up, legs straight. Sink into the knees, exhale, sink the hip. Cross the arms, inhale, push through the legs. Reach up. Sink into the feet, into the knees, into the hips. Try to minimize the work in the back and the lower back. Use your legs to come up. So as you sink, try to keep your shoulders above your hips. Some of you are dropping your shoulders and lifting your hips like this. Yeah, I keep the hips sink. The shoulders stay above the hips. That's better. Couple more. Inhaling up and exhale, release the arms down. Be aware of the feeling in the arms, the limbs. So just to reiterate, when you go down, it has to sink from here rather than from here. It's not a forward bend, it's a squat. Yeah? As opposed to this. More likely just to put too much pressure on the back. Alright, now from Tuesday we did the pushing the mountains. Yeah? So we'll have a go. Stance is the same, knees bent, knees slightly screwing out and down, palms in front of the chest. Now, as you push out, the weight comes a little forward, then you bring the hands up, back, down. Push out, weight shifts forward. As you come back, weight comes back. Push out, up, back, down. So it's elliptical movement. Inhale as you're coming in, exhale as you're pressing out. Tension in the hands. You don't lift the hands up too high. There's fingertips more or less in line with the shoulders. Wrist in line with the bottom ribs. Pressing out. Weight draws back as you come in. Pressing out. Keep the shoulders relaxed. So there's always a slight bend in the elbow. I'm not straightening my arms. I'm not pushing all the way out like this. You keep a slight bend so you can keep that circuit with the hands. coming in and just down, the legs straighten. So you may notice the fingers can get a bit tense or stiff from holding that position. So the second version you can work with is when you come back in, the palms face the floor. So you come in, palms press out, bend the wrist straight, palms down, come in, press out. See it from the side. So I want to feel like I'm pressing out to the center of the palm energetically. And as I point the fingers, it's like I'm pulling in from the fingertips. So if you want to try this one with me, you can. So it's the same thing, the only difference is instead of coming back with the palms open, I come back with the palms facing down. And I push out with the palms open. I'm going up with the wrist, down, so keeping that circuit. Keeping the bend in the elbow the whole time. So it's like you've got long fingers, think of your nails really long, pulling back in from the palm, pushing out. From the Taoist perspective, the center of the palms are an energy vortex, but so are the individual pads of the fingers, which from the Taoist perspective explains why we all have individual fingerprints, yeah, because it's an individual vortex on each fingertip. Yeah, so you feel that feeling of energy. Alright, so you have those two, you can play a little bit with the first one and then work with the second one. Yeah, two different schools of thought there. Now, we move towards our embracing the tree. So what we do next is really to get you prepared for that. The breathing, the hips, the spine, the tendons, etc. And there's one or two pieces I wanted to add so you can end up holding it a little bit longer, a little bit easier. So starting with your feet turned out, shoulder distance, we'll do the squatting down and then the legs straight and the feet turned in. Yeah? So squat down, hands come into the outside of the ankles. And inhale as you lift your hips, parallel your feet, hips forward, chin forward. Exhale, feet turn out, squat down. Lift the chest. Inhale up. Parallel the feet. So you can exhale here. If you want to take an extra breath, that's fine. Chin forward. Exhale, squat down. Inhale to straighten the legs. Engage the thighs, hips forward, legs firm. Exhale to squat down. Inhale up. Exhale. Now just move at your own rhythm now. Work from the feet to straighten the legs. Work from bending at the front of the ankle, back of the knee, to squat down. So do at least 9 sets. If you haven't been counting, no worries. Let's do a couple more. And next time you squat down, stay down. You can straighten your arms with the upper arm on the inside of the top of the knee. Just use that pressure outwards to lift the collarbones. Exhaling fully. You're going to lift the hips. Hold the ankles again. Relax the head down. You're just going to wag the hips, wag the tail. And bring that to a pause. Weight on the feet as you bring your hands to your hips. Slowly push into the feet to come up. Hands on the back of the hip. Now we'll just circle the hip one more time. So we're just working with opening a few specific areas that relate to the spine that we'll work on as we do the brace the tree. So that was the sacrum, the hips, for example. Now the hips and the waist. Change direction. Relax the arms. Now, so we did through the, so there's different ways of turning from the waist. We've done that a number of different ways. But the one I want you to focus on now is when you turn, the front hand taps the navel and the back hand taps directly opposite. They're called the door of life. So it's between L3 and L2. Yeah? So when you turn, and you're not shifting now, you're just staying centered. You're just turning from the waist. One fist loosely taps the navel. One fist loosely taps the door of life, opposite the navel. So I've given you a few different places to tap, obviously. We've done the liver, the spleen, you've done the top of the shoulder, the back of the hip. Now it's just the navel and opposite the navel. That's it. So the door of life and the navel center. And this comes together with the points of attention I'll give you as we go through it in a moment. Okay. Now, we do the spinal breathing. So thumb in the fist. So the focus in the spinal breathing is the thymus gland in the front, T5 in the back, the sacrum, the kidneys, the back of the skull. So there's a few places you want to feel like these are lengthening away from each other when you step in, and they're moving towards each other as you step out. Okay? So thumb in the fist, elbows back, T5, right between the shoulders, move it in, move it forward. The elbows can bounce a little bit till you get a feeling of lift here. 45-degree looking up. Inhale, tail lifts, stepping in. Now take T5 back, chin in, sacrum forward, kidneys back. Inhale to step out, lift the tailbone, T5 forward, gaze up, step the other foot in, kidneys back, sacrum forward, chin in. Step the same foot out again, inhale. Step the other foot in, exhale. Same foot out, inhale. Other foot in, exhale. So try to isolate those main points, sacrum forward, kidney back, chin in as you exhale. Tailbone lifts, elbows back, T5 into the body as you inhale. alternate the step. Lift the elbows down a little bit higher. Yeah. Like you're curling the elbows forward, not just down but forward. More in line with the sternum. When you open, try not to throw your head back. Just look up 45 degrees, not back like that. You want to feel like there's still control of the base of the skull up. When you throw the head back, there's no control. So I'm looking at a 45-degree angle. Couple more rounds. And next time you step out, just inhale, and then exhale, relax the arms. Okay, so we're just isolating some key points here. So base of the skull, T5 between the shoulder blades, door of life opposite the navel, sacrum, tailbone, lower belly, navel, chest. The throat comes in as well when you work with the neck. So we've nearly got the whole circuit kind of slightly open, or at least awake, yeah? And then we'll connect it all when we get to the embrace the tree. Now we'll work with the Neigung, so the tendon stretching with the arms, yeah? When you're exhaling, the tongue is out, and you're on the ball of your foot. As you inhale, the tongue is in, and we change the turn of the wrist, okay? So we're gonna go out, and then we're gonna go down to the side. So inhale. Pull the hands back, turn out from the thumbs, exhale on the ball of the foot, turn the thumbs out, keep the elbows wide. Come back on the heels, wrist back, inhale, turn the fingers back, turn the fingers out, exhale, reach forward. Reach out into the fingertips. Scoop the hands back on the heels, inhale. Exhale, palms forward, thumbs out. Inhale back. Turn the wrist, exhale, palms out. Turn from the little finger side of the wrist. Back. Palms out, turn from the thumb side of the wrist. One more the other way. Little finger side of the wrist, turning inwards. Don't bring the hands too close, keep them wide. Then we come back. Turn the palms. Now you're going to go down with the hands. Turn your thumbs back. Palms come up, back on the heels. Turn the fingers down. Palms face back. Turn the little finger forward. So it's like you're turning all the way from the upper arm. All the way into the fingertips. Back on the heels, turn the wrist. Palms face forward, down. Palms up. Turn the wrist. Little fingers forward, palms back. One more set.